welcome. I'm Johnny Stanton. We have Reginald Perriman, Shaka Williams, and we are TSARE. This is a There's Something About Real Estate podcast where we talk all things real estate.
What's going on?
I don't know. Apparently, I missed something. What's going on?
Everything. What's your eyes? What's wrong with your eyes? You can't remember your
I'm
lines?
trying to see. I can't see.
Oh. Makeup. Somebody give me my makeup. What's going on, Shaka?
Not much, man. What's the word?
Oh, not much. I gotta drink my beer tonight. I was at the golf course. This bee kept trying to get my beer, so I couldn't enjoy the one I had there. So I had to drink this one tonight.
You had to get another one.
Yeah. Yep. What's going on, Janita?
I don't got much happening.
Oh, okay.
Trying to figure out where I want my screen.
All right. Oh, realtor shirt.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so we evaluating some properties tonight. I think you sent me over a few.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one of my clients asked me about one of these too.
For real?
Yeah, I think he got it from the same
Place.
the same person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So what's going on in the market? What y'all seeing? Anything new this week?
Everything just kind of sitting there.
Hey, I know what I'm seeing is
I ain't mad at it though.
I gotta do. You just gotta get. So as the seller agent, you just gotta be way more creative. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a deal that I'm gonna talk about it once it happens first. But it's a super creative deal though that we get in the household.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a few agents call me like my listing's been on the market for 2 weeks now and we don't have any offers, and I'm like, that's normal. Like, what's the problem with that? You know, but I guess we just got so spoiled, you know. So
You got spoiled quick though. It's crazy.
yeah. Yep.
So
Marlon said, "Well, I want to hear and discuss."
what's up? So I do want to discuss these with Marlon. What Marlon just put up here, because that one on Woodingham, I actually want that. I don't know why we don't have a purchase contract in on it. For some reason, out of all the houses, I'm getting pulled back on this one.
He got photos for these?
Yeah, he got photos for Woodingham.
Okay. Tell him to send them. Marlon, send them over to the TSARE email.
Put it in the chat, Reg.
Yeah, I'll send it to him.
But see, the thing with the Woodingham, the reason I'm scared of the Woodingham deal, I seen I don't even know who actually has that deal because I didn't seen somebody else post that deal on.
I mean, that's easy. That's easy to clear up though. That.
Not necessarily.
I mean, if we can't get marketable title, we don't close.
This ain't about marketable title. This is about and that too, yeah, I agree. But it's not just about marketable title. It's about the headache, and I don't have time to waste my time chasing the deal. It's not that attractive. It's just not.
So let me ask you, Marlon put in 1,800 Woodingham. Is it I'm missing a digit?
Yeah.
It's
okay.
Yeah.
So these deals that y'all are eyeballing, are these on the market?
Well, I was gonna submit a contract for the Woodingham one, but like I said, don't miss a strong opinion over there.
I mean, I haven't been inside the house. I only been on the exterior. You've been inside, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't been inside yet. What up, Doug?
What up, Doug?
So point being, I put a lot of
hold up. Marlon put the whole.
I want to evaluate that one.
Marlon put the whole Dropbox in the chat. Like everybody watching gonna get them photos. So that's cool though.
Yeah, Jeremy was gonna get his hoes.
Yeah, man. What up?
Like I don't know what you.
Emmett said it's overpriced. Is he talking about one of y'all deals, the Woodingham or the
He probably talking about Woodingham.
Oh, okay.
Overpriced. So
Why
far,
everybody seen it and I ain't
not
seen it? Is it listed?
No.
It's not listed. It's off market.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Sure, I need to know about that. How many bedrooms is it?
4.
4. Let me see. I'm gonna try to get these photos from Marlon real quick.
Excellent.
Text Marlon the TSARE email address real quick. We're gonna pull this one up because it seemed like that's hot. Because Emmett came out the gate and was like, it's overpriced.
Reg, but you ain't gonna be able to put it on there. But if you y'all need to type I don't know the email address.
I'm trying to.
And while we doing that, let me pull up one of these properties we're gonna evaluate today. We got a property in Fraser. We got somebody sent this. Actually, I got this from a wholesaler as well. And then somebody sent us a property in Detroit on Fenton. And I seen this. One of my investors asked about this. A lot of us on the same investor list. So we're getting the same properties as well.
We need to just so I don't think we can chat with them from here. If we can do a private chat in the group, but we can just tell them is
texting.
Huh?
Just texting direct our email address and I'll put it in there. Matter of fact, I'll put it in the chat.
Reggie got to do it because he the moderator, yeah.
Because I'm the mayor.
Yeah. REG.
All right. 8 unit and 4 unit coming soon. Emmett, where's that at?
You want to put it on here so we can deal or no deal it?
Yeah, so we do allow y'all to post. If y'all got deals out there, y'all trying to sell to other investors, or y'all just think of good deals, put them out there. Or even if you got properties you're looking to sell, put them out there. We're advertising for you. I mean, we all eat together.
What up,
Maurice said, yo.
What up?
Yep. So before we get going, wait for a few more people to join in.
There's something about. All right. I think I just text Marlon.
Oh, I already put it in.
You put it in the chat.
Yeah, so he should have it. And while we waiting on that, let's go ahead and start on one of these properties here. So we going to Fraser first, or we going to Detroit?
Fraser.
Oh, okay. Emmett said he got a property on the 8 unit and 4 unit coming soon.
Where?
West Detroit near Joy Road, exit 9, come up off the freeway.
Right, Murder Mac.
All right, sounds good. What's the price on that, Emmett? He gotta give us a price. He just put it out there like coming soon, like Zillow. All right. So
and then FYI, so Cordell came back and said somebody willing to give him $150 for that house over there.
$150 for which one? From
that one on the east side. What was it?
Longview?
Yeah. I'm like, well, hopefully it's cash.
Hey, look, if they willing to give him $150, tell him to take it and start his life over.
And exactly. I want him to come on the show and explain it. I mean, tell us about it.
Exactly.
That's a hell of a.
I would like to know that. So Doghouse the Gemini said, let's branch out together in other states. Georgia is fire. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Let's
get
it.
We down there right now.
Doghouse, are you in Georgia now, or are you just?
That's Doug. That's Doug, Reg.
Oh, Doug. Okay.
Yeah. He down there right now in Georgia. He is running everything that we're doing down there right now.
All right, cool. All right, so you got people all over the country, right?
That's my man's.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yep. Doug was like, I was like, Doug, we got something going on in Georgia. He was like, when you need me to leave.
That's what's up. Oh, wait a minute, Marlon.
16555 Maryland. Nah, 150 be too much for that one.
So wait a minute. He said make an offer, Maryland. Marlon gonna have to cash app us. He put his
that's too much for that, Marlon.
Marlon put his whole inventory out here.
Right.
Hey, look. Hey, don't be
scared. That's market rent. I mean market value. None of those good.
I got to show you why them don't work, Marlon. I mean, it's simple. You can just do simple.
That Maryland might be the only one worth maybe peaking at, but not really.
Yeah.
So you said Auburn make an offer, Maryland 150K, Burwood 130K with Section 8 paying 1050, Washburn 80K, middle of renovation. You can buy it as is. So here's the thing.
That Washburn one might be worth looking at.
Which one?
Washburn. I mean, you know, glancing and seeing what's going on. Maryland and Washburn, glancing and seeing what's going on over there might be worth looking at, but all the other ones, crap.
All right. So the thing with these is, you know, we got to look at them too. It may be an owner-occupant buyer for some of these, unless, you know, you got some tenants. When they tenant occupied, it's harder. We covered that on the show. But some of these prices might be more attractive to an owner-occupant versus an investor.
Yeah, like that Edinburgh one. If it's vacant, owner-occupant, that would be a good one for owner-occupant, depending on the condition of the property.
Yeah, you might get more money for it, especially if it's brick. More than 70 if it's 3-bedroom brick. So these are the things we do on this episode when we doing the live evaluations. You can if you're an investor and you're looking at a deal, you want us to evaluate it for you, we can, and you can come on and market some properties that you got. But we're gonna run your properties through the gauntlet.
So Marlon, the reason, so your first one, that Burwood at 130,000, even that's not even at the 1%. Remember, it's supposed to be a 2% rule in Detroit for most buy and hold investors.
Explain the 2% rule and 1% rule for people that don't know.
So it's 1 or 2% of the ARV, okay. Or no, not even the ARV of what you're paying for the deal, what you're paying for the property.
So that's what the rental rate needs to be, the rental amount? Okay.
Yeah. That's like rental for dummies. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody who doesn't know how to invest, they can just use those basic numbers and then they'd be safe.
Okay.
So Marlon, you at the 1050, you are under, that should at least be 1,300 for that to make that work. And most investors in Detroit gonna want that to be 2,600.
All right. Yeah, Doug said the Maryland might be nice, UD area.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like worth at least maybe looking at it.
Oh yeah, he did say owner occupied, so that might work. So yeah.
So owner occupied is different though. So this, you selling retail, these numbers might be a lot different, just not for an investor. So we just a deal or no deal show though today. So if I was looking at that, that'd be a no deal.
For an investment from a rental standpoint. Right. Because it probably was a good deal for the owner now, because they probably paid half or a third of these prices for them. It's just so hard to sell properties with tenants in them, especially you can have good tenants that's paying on time, but they can be terrible when it comes to selling the property. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I'm not going to be at home. My dog broke his leg. I don't want nobody seeing my house.
I got a listing like that right now, where the tenants, they be leaving the house looking crazy anyway.
Man.
Hey, let's so wait a minute, because Emmett going crazy on here. He like, come get this 4227 deal, ARV 225. As long as the acquisition price ain't 220, it might be a deal. So, and then he got he said come get this Southfield deal. And then what else he got? He just unloading right now. So he got one on Mansfield, 14301 Mansfield. Let me see what this. Let me see what that one is real quick.
Mansfield 14301.
Yeah, I want to
That's
see.
all. What's that? Finkel and Linden?
That's not far from the one
Or
I just
Linden
saw. The
Linden
one
and
you asked me
Greenfield?
about.
Yeah, off Grand River. Down there at Southfield.
Man, oh man. Wait, hold on. All right, so this was funny. I'm about to share my screen and show y'all some stuff. This is why I like having access to certain stuff on the internet here. Let me just pull this up. All right. So he gave us 14301 Mansfield. So this don't matter much right now, but it just kind of show you when we be telling people you should buy at a certain time period, you got to listen because just well, that's about 10 years ago or so, this property was 13,500 and it went through its phases. Looks like in 2017 they were trying to sell it for 29.9 and then 35,000 just 5 years ago. Actually, our boy Charles was the listing agent on that. I don't know what happened. It probably sold off market. But let me go back here. We're going to go ahead and evaluate this one while we're here. Let me see some details on it. All right. So we are always, do you do this, Johnita, when you're looking at properties?
Yeah, I start off with public record, just like that. And then I always check from there just to see what, if it's ever been listed.
All right.
We check to see if it's ever been listed, and it gives you like, maybe potential pictures of the interior, things like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, unless it's recent, because I don't really care about what it did 10 years ago, but I get it. Only time I'll do that is if I'm looking at trying to see what is the layout is looking like. Like if I don't have pictures and I'm trying to look at the layout.
Right. I look at public record. I really only look because a lot of times I don't care what they paid for it. I would just want to know what numbers work for me, right?
Right.
But if it's somebody that brought it recently and like they kind of in a rush to sell or something, sometimes you can use this as a negotiation tool. So like this person, they don't have a sales price listed because you can do that a lot of times, record documents without the sales price or ask that they don't be disclosed. But we can see, you usually can see what they paid for if it was recent, and maybe it's another investor that got in trouble. They ran out of money or they got a bad deal. And, you can use that to help you negotiate sometimes.
You're talking about on a recent purchase.
Yeah, on a recent purchase, like everything 2017 and back kind of don't matter at this point. I'm looking at this 2021. Like you just brought it a year ago and you're trying to sell it. Like, did you buy it at a good price and now you're trying to sell it? Or did you fix it up and you're trying to sell it? Right. So it really depends on what the inside of the property looks like. So let me do this. He said he sent us a Zillow link, but I can't pull the link.
Emmett said we giving all the sauce. That's the point of this show. We're giving the sauce.
We giving all the sauce on this show. I forgot to tell you. So this is
Doug said that he didn't know that the sale price could be quiet. That's just because they recorded a land contract, Doug, and so they probably didn't do it right.
You can also do that when we do like a lot of luxury sales. Sometimes they'll just put $1 on there, and they won't disclose like the full actual purchase price on the deed. They'll just put like $1 or something like that on it. So you will see that on some of your luxury sales,
and on your land contract, like they just did on that one.
All right, so this say for sale by owner. So it's either the actual owner or a wholesaler put it on Zillow, and you can see it's 120. So Emmett, I want to ask you this: are you marketing this to an investor or owner occupant? Because that's going to make a huge difference as to how we're going to evaluate this deal, if it's going to make sense or not. and then we'll wait for him while we
It
look
doesn't
through
matter
the
who
rest.
it's going to. It's overpriced at that price. Grand River and Greenfield.
He said both.
Because you said no?
He said both. He said both.
Okay. All right. So this is probably geared more, in my opinion. It looked like it was a couple. Was this a multi-family? Yeah, it's a two-family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that kind of changes some things.
Yeah. So let them know that you can't value. Most people don't value the multi-family the same as the single family.
Well, let's see.
I'm gonna do a search on the
So let me go back to the PRD real quick.
But a lot of those over there are basically like the income bungalows. Like they're not true. Yeah.
So let's do this. I'm gonna do a cross-reference property. We're gonna do Mansfield. And he says it was that one was like just over 2,000 square feet.
He said verified. I'll verify
at 2,300.
Well, he said verified. Hold on.
The public record when Reggie had it up.
It said it?
Yeah. But I don't think it's right still, but it said it.
All right. So I'm doing multi-families and single families, right? So this is residential. Asbury Park, 217.
Look at the legal description, Reggie.
You said what?
Look at the legal description on that one.
On this Asbury Park?
Yeah.
Why you say? Oh, you trying to look for the subdivision?
Yeah, I just want to see what sub it was in.
Yeah. B. Taylor's. That's Redbird sub. So let's go back here.
Yeah, Emmett, she confirmed it. She said she's seen it. So as far as we can confirm it, it said 2,300 square feet.
Yep, so St. Mary's, Foyer 59. So when we do this, so we looking at a property. So let me just, well, that's a little bit smaller. So we got Mansfield. This one is 60,000. That one just sold, but that's probably a distressed sale. So we probably rule that out. It's some room in there, but mainly for owner occupant. I don't think it's enough room in there for an investor. And that's the thing. Janita said that right off the bat without us even looking at the comps. It's just from knowing the area. So this Asbury Park though sold for 217.
Let's look at it. Let's look at the picture.
Yeah, what did it go on the market? And then what did they do for the rehab?
I think this went on the market back in March.
Yep. And then look at it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now look at though. So we just put one under contract right up the street from there.
All right.
But we paid 65. No, 59.
Yeah, and then the thing, this is what I hate when you start pulling your comps and you see these huge gaps. So you go from, let me just pull this up in the details. So you go from 217 and then it gap all the way down for a 4-bedroom to 175.
Look at those pictures.
Yeah.
Let me see the pictures.
It actually sold for less than asking. So we will factor in square footage and everything in a minute, but
but that's clean too. I mean, it ain't super bells and whistles like the other, but it's clean.
Yeah, they need to fix that. They was going to work on that bed. That's where the magic happened. Got the frame leaning on that boy. No wonder they need to move. They got about 2 more kids.
Right.
This bed real sturdy. They got Jordans and everything and top 10s under the bed. That's where the ballers stay. You got a gamer to stay here in this room. They ain't putting no work in on their bed.
Got his trophies. That's a kid's room.
Yeah.
Yeah, they playing Call of Duty. All right. So this one is, I mean, it's kind of somewhat updated. They're fading people up.
They got a barbershop in the basement. That one ain't updated at all. That's just a well-maintained house.
Yeah, it looked like they went through and painted. They prepped this home to sell.
Yeah.
They did really good pictures.
Yep.
Some cold cabinets.
So we got down from 217. And then this one sold back in June, which wasn't that long ago.
Janita, the one that we just picked up, how many square feet was that?
That one was just under 1,400.
No, the one that we just got under contract.
1,500.
Now this one is 2,400 square feet. And it sold at 175, and this one sold back in March.
I'm telling you, them square footage is not right. They're combining the lower and the main and putting it as the they're putting it as
that ain't 24
above average, but that's the total for the lower and the main, or the lower and the above ground.
All right, so you think it's really more or less about 1,300 square feet?
Yeah, about 13.
I mean, we could check PRD and see. This is saying 1,400 square feet.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
All right, so we got down from where was we at? We was at 217 all the way down to 175. And then the questions coming in, they shooting over. Then this Mansfield, this one was listed at 170, sold for 170. This house looked real familiar.
Who was the listing agent on that, Reg?
Yeah, this house looked real familiar. This is nice. This is nice. Hey, when Janita said no, before we even pulled comps, this was the house I had in mind. 1,600 square feet, 4-bed, and this one was sold for 170. We closed that one back in April, and that was did it. But again, it's that gap down between that 217 down. This is what appraisers look at: 175, 170.
But it's explainable. The difference between the 170 and the 215 is the rehab. I mean, the 217 is fully rehab.
The quality of the rehab and probably some of the square footage.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if they did a really good job on that rehab, I mean, it was valuable at that price because they probably don't have to do nothing for a long time. It's like buying, when you buy a new construction and they say the house isn't going to appraise, so you got to pay that because of the upgrades.
Right.
Same concept.
What was that one you just were looking at, Reg?
This one on Asbury Park?
160.
Why are we still looking at this one?
Yeah, because we want to put some closure to Emmett. We can't leave him hanging. So
that's retail.
Here, Emmett.
All right, so let's go ahead and vote on it. For a flip, is it a deal or no deal?
No deal.
At 120. No deal for me too. What about you, Shaka?
No deal. That's the house right there?
Yeah.
Shit, hell no, that's not a deal. No.
What about? It's not bad. It don't look bad.
Yeah, that's a complete to get to the 217. What?
What about for a rental property?
No.
What's the rental market? How much the rentals go for over there?
1,000.
1,000. Yeah, I was gonna say
no deal.
1,100. You said no deal, Shaka?
Nope.
All right. So I'm saying no deal. It's a rental. What about for an owner occupant looking to buy this at 110? 110?
Yeah.
I think an owner occupant would buy this at 120 and put their own
115 with 6% toward closing costs and prepaid items.
Right.
All right. So 120 not that far off for owner occupant. 110, 120, right? And then they could put their own sauce in it and have a house that's worth 160, 170.
Yeah.
Or more. Right? Or more.
Or more, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And I think I mean that's really good, I think, in those terms when people really understand equity and like how to buy into current equity. So, you're buying in a house in the area.
It's not worth 225, Emmett. You're going, I mean, to get it to 225, you're going to probably, so even at the 225, you need to be all in at 150. And if you're buying it at 120, you're putting way more than 30,000 in there. So it's still no deal. It don't matter if it's worth 225. It's 225 top end.
How he get worth to? We just went through all those numbers, and you took one house and said that was the value.
Yeah, because I'm like, let's go back.
But it don't really matter. Even if we ain't got to argue the 225, because even at the 225, you need to be 150 all in at the 225.
You can't do that in this market right now. People, you will lose all kind of money.
Wait, where you get 225 for? The highest was 217. He like I'm gonna do my special. It's gonna be worth 7,000-8,000 more.
All right.
So Emmett said it's worth 225. That's what it's worth. Damn it. He said it's worth 225. And
he gave us a comp. Let's go look at this comp he gave us.
He gave you a comp on
13,974. Where is that at? Abington.
He meant Abington.
I've seen it. I've seen it when I
13,974. It didn't even come up in my counts because I only went all right, let's see. That expired at 230. And then it sold at 245. Yep. So he went back. He must have went out half a mile. I went a quarter mile. So he got this as a comp, 1,900 square feet. So let's do
the description on that, Reggie.
All right. See, now you giving them the sauce, right? Because
that ain't no comp. Sorry, bro. You're gonna be stuck trying to sell it.
Because now we talking about subdivisions. Like, look, I'm gonna do this, right? So this is why she kept asking me about the subdivision. Let's go back to recent search here. And I did, and then I'm gonna go to criteria, and we're gonna go a half mile out. And that's gonna give us, I'm only gonna search properties that sold for 150 to 2.
Well, let's also let everybody know, just because you see a high sale within a half a mile doesn't mean that that's necessarily the comp or even a comp. You know what I mean? There are other comps that's closer in he said no rookies. You acting like a rookie right now, though.
No, he ain't no rookie. Trust me, he ain't no rookie. That house is worth 225. He did his due diligence. But the issue is, will the market support that? I don't think investors will. Well, no, let me say this. I don't think most investors that we know will. There are investors that will buy it based on this data. But I got people that stuck with properties like this where they did the comps a half mile out, but we know the buyer's market, right? So the reason, Janita, why'd you keep asking about subdivision when you were working with a buyer looking in these areas?
Because the historical subs, or the more popular historical subs like Rosedale Park and Grandmont subdivision, is going to get a higher buyer value.
So here's the map, right? So when we start looking at the properties, so we got Greenfield, Grand River, we got Grandmont over here. So you start seeing your 253s, your 205s, your 210, your 185. So you start 257 and then 150. So this is all within a half mile. So I expanded it out. So these are all the comps, right?
Mm-hmm. So
you start seeing them on the outside looking in. You be like, this works, right?
Mm-hmm.
The appraiser may actually, depending on the size, square footage, and how old the sale is, they may consider using some of these comps. That's all fine. But when you got a buyer that's looking in the area, how does that impact the market value of that property, Janita? If we go from here to here,
it goes down.
It goes
goes up. I mean, so this one is lower than the one to the left than Grandmont.
Right.
Yeah.
Because,
the more desirable area is going to be west of.
Which is what Doug said. That's why Doug said that's closer to a Grandmont or Rosedale comp. That's what he meant by that.
Yeah.
Right. So when your buyers are telling you where they want to live at or they want to buy, typically they're going to start probably west of Metatol or something, or Asbury Park, Woodmont, Grandmont, some of those streets, right?
They want to be across the street from Wheels.
Right. And then when they go back east, it's almost like you got to sell them on the idea that, hey, this area is just as good.
And it was, and it's still coming probably.
Right.
I think we're going to see more things traveling further back south down Grand River. Though I think those values are still to come. But like for me as an investor, I wouldn't go over there and pay one. I mean, I can only spend $146,000 in a house in order for it to be profitable.
That's the point. That's why you don't even got to argue. That's why I was like, it's no argue. You don't need to argue what the value is. Take the 225 and you still got to be at a certain price. Even if you get to 225 and you see what you had to do to get to 225, you had to do it all the way up. So, Emmett, I got a question. What are you estimating the repairs to be on that property to get to the 225?
And then while he pulling that up, because we do have to factor in the total renovation cost of it too. So, but while we pulling that up,
you're gonna be damn near 200 to get to the 225. Yeah, you're gonna be damn near 200,000. If you buy that 120, by the time you put you rehab it and you hold on to it for that rehab, you're gonna be damn near 200 to get to the 225. Who doing that?
All right, so we need this house, right? We need this house at 120. Let me slow this down for people that gotta take a little bit more time to see it. So we need this house at 120.
Look at that kitchen. Ain't nothing you can do for that kitchen.
To look like this house. And to get it there, you saying we gonna blow our budget.
That's right? Our artesian house, Chaka.
Yeah, that's exactly artesian. Yep. But
so what you call it? Emmett said I usually don't. At this point, everyone rehabs different. Which is true. And I have to say, I've seen investors look at these numbers, get the house renovated, put it on the market. And back when the market was extremely hot, they probably would get away with that, right? But you have to prepare for the market we in now, not where you hope it to be too. It's a buyer for that house. I just don't think it's an investor looking to flip unless they're comfortable with maybe making $20,000 or $30,000, right? All right, Emmett said, "The hell with y'all! I'm about to reduce the price."
Man, I get you.
He gave us the TSARE discount.
59,000 right now.
5,000 off. Go ahead and hit that cash out. Hit that cash out with the other 5Gs.
Actually, I don't like that house.
Right. Hey, who is it? Doug said he gambled on Stout with Rosedale comps, but it was 60 days ago. The market is different even now.
Yeah. So
he took a loss on that one?
No. He got it at 184.9. We actually had an offer at 190, 195, but it didn't appraise.
Yep, that's what we was talking about on.
Why you say you gambled on Stout?
Well, he's saying because of the amount of money that he put into the rehab to get that number.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's a movie.
Yeah, that was his. I'm assuming that was his Stout property.
Yeah, but even that one though, like when you leave that house, like it's the location, and when you in Detroit, everybody from here know. You know, like if I'm shopping in Detroit, it's block to block, always have been. And when you shopping with buyers, you got buyers that won't even get out the car when they pull up to certain houses in those neighborhoods. Like let it be around the corner, go, hit the corner. You in Rosedale Park, you hit the corner, and now you in Brightmoor. Buyers be like, nah.
So what's the rental rates over there, y'all think?
Over in this area, we can tell you. So let's go back. I'm gonna pull it up in real time.
So the good thing is, so I'm not like Reggie and Janita. They're from Detroit and they know the areas. So that's why you got to, if you're an investor, you got to have your models so that you don't make a huge mistake buying property that's really not worth buying as an investment. So I stick with my model. I don't care what nobody say. If the number, so I didn't argue his 225, but he can't, just same way he can't argue me to rehab. You get what I'm saying? So even at the 114, even if somebody was able to get over there at 50,000, which I don't see it, 50,000, I don't see it. That house needed a total rehab. It needed windows, the roof, needed every damn thing, kitchen.
But based on them comps though, you had 217, then it got down to 175. Mm-hmm. At 120, you put 50 into it. You taking a risk. You only at the 170, right?
Exactly.
So it's not enough. It's not enough protection in that deal. At 120 for me personally as an investor. Somebody else may do it, and you may get lucky and get 200, 210 for it, right? But it don't make sense. But Emmett just offered me. He said, for me, he gonna give it to me for 114.
114.
You coming down, boy. Hit that cash out with that extra 1,000. Let's go. Emmett said, you're right. I can't argue rehab.
Well,
you can't argue with Shaka, period.
That's
right.
Don't
do it.
You got to be able to include that in your decision making. Yeah. Rehab is part of it.
But hey, look, we're not here to discourage you guys from, buy what you want.
But I like to talk shit to Emmett all the time. So
buy what you want.
Yeah.
Come on, next one. Let's do a Woodingham.
All right, and then that was the other thing. I pulled up the rental comps.
I already told y'all 1,000. Stop. Come on.
All right. With it. Emmett taking up too much time, right? All right, let's go to the next one. What we doing? Fraser, Detroit.
Detroit.
Flip a coin. You hating?
We got to do Woodingham.
No, we about to do this one because I had an investor call me on this one, and it was I had a few. This was sent to us by Detroit Discounted Properties. Mm-hmm. I got this in the email. A few of my investors got it on Fenton, right? 17644. Now they're saying the ARV is 125 to 130. They asked him 57.9. First thoughts on this without even seeing the comps. What's your thoughts on that ARV, Janita?
Yes, about right.
For this one?
On the ARV?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Detroit. My bad. I thought we were still on Fraser. Sorry.
No, you the one who said Detroit.
No, I asked for Woodingham. And I thought you was going to Fraser.
Oh, no. I'm talking about.
No, okay. ARV on this one without looking, I'm at 79.
Damn.
Yeah. She bought right to me, but we gonna see what the comps say. This look like a property you got to send Marlon over to. Right?
Can I get a spot right there?
It's on that border. It's like that Detroit kind of Redford-ish border.
But yep, Emmett said they off on Fenton too. Yep, everybody get it tonight, Emmett. We don't hold back, especially Shaka. He gonna say no to everything.
I'm just gonna tell the truth. I'm not politically correct. I'm sorry.
All right.
Even if I was generous and gave it 90, let me see, because I ain't doing on Reggie about to hit these numbers, but I'm just saying, yeah, like they got it. So what they do is with the wholesalers, that know a little bit of what they're doing, they go in there and they say, okay, it's probably actually worth this, and so we're gonna take another 40,000 onto it. And then, I mean, at best, if somebody does the math at the real number, that's exactly what you can purchase it for. But there's no room in it for holding costs or rehab at that price.
Right. So, all right. So let's take a look at this. So they sent us some comps, right? Already see some red flags on the comps. In my opinion, Jaja, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but these comps look like some of them in a different city.
Bradford.
Yep. So even though they within that quarter mile, half mile, but I mean those comps would make sense there. We looking at some photos here. So we need a roof, that's obvious. This one of them houses when somebody called and they be like, what's all wrong with it? And you be like, everything. The street not bad. I like when they show details with the roof. When the roof that bad, sometimes you got to question what's going on in the interior too, as far as any leaks or mold. Like in this on the left side, you can see the roof was leaking on the inside. Yeah, so there you go.
Look, Reg, you called it. You said it looked like a squatter in there. It do look like somebody living in there.
Yeah, or they had a terrible landlord.
Mm-hmm. They weren't paying rent.
Some people paying rent because they don't have no place to go, and their landlord just a butthole.
Damn.
But it looked like they had some mold in that ceiling. Mm-hmm. Between the shower running and that roof leaking, and no ventilation in there, there's probably some mold in there. Yeah, because they just did the ceiling and drywall. So yeah. Yeah, his house is very pretty.
Mm-hmm. Nice house.
Oh, sure. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Garage door.
Hold on. So you just go, see where the toilet at in the hot water tank?
Mm-hmm.
That's always funny.
They had a dig job over there. They had.
Oh yeah. So you saying right here you can see where they dug the floor up? Yep. Mm-hmm. It's amazing what the experienced eye can see, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the house, right? So now let's get to some details, right? All right, 17. So first let's go here and look at a little bit of history. Not history for I don't care what it's. So
yeah,
I'm just trying to see some information here. So this is Detroit, right? So then when we go do our comps, and then we do 17,644 Fenton. I'm about to put y'all up on something with some of these neighboring cities, how they be getting y'all, especially some of y'all investors that's out of state. So we're gonna do Fenton, right? So if I go back 100, yep, you getting ahead of me. You perfect on that. So we got 10 matches, right, for comps. Right, so we got a total of 10, right? So all of these are Detroit within a quarter mile. We got 121, and we were told that the ARV on this is 125 to 130. And all of these are Detroit, right?
I think I just sold that one at 18,224.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. No, not that one.
Okay.
Your address.
So let's see what this one looks like.
Oh, he still ain't put mark that closed. Terrible.
That one was for how much?
This was 124. Their counts might not be too off if they getting this.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it ain't that far off. And this is 3-bedroom, 1,500 square feet. This Salem.
That one is very similar to that one, to that other one.
Yeah.
Cleaned up the hardwood floors. Barely get anything. They painted the cabinets. Still got
how much? Flip or easy flip.
So the question is, based on these comps, so here we go. We went from 121 as the highest to 117. And then let's look at something here. I want to just look at what's pending and active right now within a quarter of a mile. So we at 109 that's active. It being on the market 154 days. So again, the reason we don't just look at sold comps, all right, houses were selling at 121 or whatever. Now we seeing houses sitting on the market for 154 days, but this almost looked like
that's crazy. How much they asking for that one?
This it was 109, now it's 104. Probably overpriced. This one on Fenton is 110, just came on the market 6 days ago. This one on Winston is 110, and it's been on the market for a total combined 46 days. Now, this is probably what you want to get your house to look like.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we was looking at that house compared to this one. We need to get this house to look like this.
And at that price, you only got $35,000. I want to see that kitchen when you get a chance, Reg. Go back to that kitchen.
I'm at
this property.
Yeah.
So when we look at hold on, kitchen. Here we go. Yeah. So this is the kitchen, right?
Yeah. This is sold or this active?
No, this is active. So this is what I'm saying. They already been on the market a whole period of 46 days total combined, right?
Mm-hmm.
110, haven't sold, house is nice, right? So as an investor, you're telling me 125 to 130, which may be possible, but at what cost and how long would I have to sit on it? I'm already 57.9 into it. I got to put another 50 into it to get it to look like this. But this one is 110. Where's my equity? Where's my profit? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go back to, and that was the highest active property, right? So let's go back to, and nothing was pending. Let's go back to sold over there.
You went a quarter mile?
Yep, I did a quarter mile. What did this do? So we got 63. Let's just go up to the top and see what we got. And all of these are still coming up Detroit, right? So 105, 117.
I think that's the best comp right there, that 117.
Yeah. And even this one at 125 was on the market 30 days and it sold for less. And that was back in June. And they had, newer furnace and everything in there. And it just, so here's the thing. The 125, 130 is a little high, but to me, it's too much of a risk to pay 57 for it, considering what I have to put into it. Yeah. So what?
I give him 35.
You said give him 35?
Give him 35,000.
All right. So based on these numbers, deal or no deal for a fix and flip?
No deal.
No deal.
All right.
Whatever.
Even Doug said with the tarp on the roof, I'm thinking 35,000, 25,000 rehab. Yeah. Emmett said they off on this one.
Possible burr?
Now that might be possible.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
A buy and hold, that might make a lot more sense. For one, you may not have to put as much into it as far as your upgrades, but since you at it, you might want to just put the money into it and do it right.
Mechanicals on the roof.
Yeah, and have a little bit of equity in it. And yeah, this may be a better buy and hold or for an owner occupant.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one, and let's see who we got in the chat.
Man, you do my deal.
Marlon said, "Tell them who to call to get the squatter deal done." Marlon, Marlon, what's the name that they gave me? So you gotta call Marlon Davis Jr. Esquire. No, Marlon, go and put your contact information in the chat. Stop being shy. Hit that cash out too when you do it. Doug said this house should be in an investment package with the profit being such a gamble. Yeah, that would make sense. Emmett said possible Burr.
Yeah.
E Cook in the building. He said, "What's up, TSARE?" E Cook out here making all the money.
I see you with the suit on.
Yeah, he always be suited and booted. He offers best dressed realtor on this side of Arkansas.
Cover for your head. Whittingham.
Whittingham.
Why you want to do Whittingham so bad?
I think explained it since you've been on here. Because I like the deal.
I ain't see. Let me check and see if ain't nobody sent me nothing on Whittingham.
Did Marlon intend it?
No, Marlon too busy trying to promote his business.
Put the link in the chat.
I can't pull it from the chat.
He said email it.
I said
email Marlon. You ain't email us?
People don't read. Or listen. I said email it to me. All right, while we waiting on that, let's go on to the next one. All right, so we got, let me pull this up.
You emailed it, Johnny?
All right, this one is a beauty. This is 16. This is another Detroit discount properties. 16028 14 Mile Road, Fraser, Michigan. ARV 200 to 210. Asking price 1029. 1029. Looks like the roof is newer on it. All right. First thoughts on it before we do the evaluation.
Hold on, let me see. Go back.
All right. So you gotta do furnace, electrical, right? And then so let me ask Shaka this, right? Let me ask both of y'all because Janita has the creative eye, Shaka has a technical skill. What would y'all do with the exterior of this house to make it like pop?
You got to side it, and you got to replace the windows and that porch.
What color scheme would you do, Janita?
Dark. Yeah.
Like, so when y'all done with it, I can be on Instagram front, like before and after photos.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's the other thing. Like, people go in and fix and flip these properties, and sometimes, like, I don't have that creative eye. So I count on somebody like my wife or Janita, somebody to come in and be like, what color schemes work? Mm-hmm. A lot of flippers to get out there and just go in and fix it in whatever color they contractor suggests, they go with it. But you need to understand what's marketable and what's going to attract people's attention, right? Now, if we're talking about interior paint, that's something that you can you can mess up on interior paint and get away with it. Just go with a neutral color, but the exterior is much harder. A buyer look at it and they not going to want to go through all of that. They just going to go to the next house. Emmett said that porch got to go. Mm-hmm. And then when you say the entire porch, you're going to tear it all out?
Yeah.
Like the enclosed portion or just upstairs?
I think he's talking about them. I hope he's talking. Oh, he's talking about the porch period. He's talking about opening it up and add that as square footage. I hear you. I would have to go in there and see.
All right, or do like the other house and put make it a barbershop room.
It is enclosed, so
Yeah.
go in there, open that boy up.
Yeah.
What they asking for on that one?
All right, they asking 109.
So I'm gonna say something. So I see how Janita, you and Reggie do y'all's different than me because y'all be knowing the areas. But for me, I'll go off of their number. So even if they say the 210 is the number, then I'm gonna multiply that by my either 65% or 70% if I'm being aggressive, and that's gonna give me what I'm working with. And in this deal, I'm not working with enough. I'm only working with $35,000. So now I got to ask myself, can I go in here and rehab this house to the condition of one of the comps for $35,000? Actually, less than that because you're not including none of your holding costs.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think we do it the same way. We just approach it different because I look at the ARV and sometimes, depending on the wholesaler, I laugh at it and I'll just do my own numbers. And then I back everything out from the ARV. That determines what I'm going to pay for it, because what I pay for it is going to help me determine if I'm going to meet my profit goal.
So I'm just saying, I agree. I just get to my decision quicker. So y'all will be, you and Janita love looking at this shit. So she'll be looking at houses.
It's weird.
I'm going to multiply that number real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to multiply that.
Wait a minute, hold up. You saying you just gonna rely on their ARV alone without doing your own research on ARV?
If I'm looking at this, yes. So I'm looking at, so this is just a quick view. So I'm gonna take that 210, right, and I'm gonna multiply that. I'm gonna use all best case scenarios on how much I'm gonna sell it for, and worst case scenario for how much I'm gonna pay for it, and worst case scenario on my rehab, right? So best case, they said the best case scenario is 210,000. And so my worst case scenario is 70%, right? That put me at 147. I take that 147 minus the 103 that they asking for the house. That leaves me with 44,000 on the rehab. So if I feel like I could potentially rehab that house for 44,000 to match one of the $210,000 comps, then I'll go further and do what y'all doing. But if
I think we all probably do that, not outside of the show. So that's what I do. I'll look, and so because I know some of the areas, I'll say, oh, this is what I think is worth, or this is what they said. Then I do my math, and then so if I see, okay, it's 136.5 is what I can put into it. They want 102. Let me go and look a little bit closer and see if they accurate or if they're off. And then now I have to go over there and look at the house so I can see how much we need to put in there for rehab.
But that's the thing. So at the 210 ARV, I just did the best case scenario for how much because they're gonna give you their best case scenario, right? They saying 210.
Yeah, I got 136.5 I can put into there total.
You're using 65%. I went aggressive and used the 70%. You get what I'm saying? Worst case scenario, right? And I'm still at the $44,000. So now I'm not about to spend any more time on this deal. I'm gonna do it in 2 minutes. Now, if the number was, well, let's say have we seen the pictures, the interior pictures?
No, y'all ain't even, I wanted to comment too.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. So I agree with you, Shaka. I do the same thing. The only difference is I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna look at the deal. I'm using my numbers to determine what can I get the deal for. So I'll look at it. I'm not even looking at their ARV. I'm going to go do my own data to come up with what I think is the ARV. I'm going to use your same 65, 70%, and whatever number gives me the profit I want. So I may run my number, and my ARV may say 198, and then I say, okay, I want to make X amount of dollars profit. Then I'm going to them and say, I'm going to offer you 80,000.
Exactly.
So my point is, I'm not getting there unless the deal is somewhat doable. So when we go into this, so let's say that we go.
But here's the thing: it's always doable at the right price.
So if we go in here,
I'm just trying to get it to the price that makes sense for me.
So if you go in here and you see that this house need $80,000 in rehab, I'm not about to sit around and play, shoot you a bid at 60,000 so I can make this deal work.
You never know. That's what y'all need to do. How y'all
do.
get most
Y'all need
of
to do that. I just saying I don't.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. So when I evaluate a product, I do exactly what you just said, Reggie. So yeah, it's a certain amount I can pay. So like I said, I'm in here at 130. I'm in here. You still. Let me let you finish.
No, my bad. I was responding to Emmett. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I see y'all can put 136 in here. I'm just from looking at it, I'm already at I'm gonna subtract $40,000 without even going over there. So I'm at 96.5. I'm gonna take away probably 15 now for holding costs. And then I'm gonna say, okay, will y'all take $75,000 for the house? And if they tell me yes, I'm gonna go over there and look at it and see if my budget fits. If my budget doesn't fit, then we can't buy the house.
So here, who find most of y'all? Who get most of y'all deals under contract?
I need to get all of our deals. All right. The way she do that right there because she likes doing that.
And Janita negotiate the deals based on the numbers that work.
No, what she does is Janita will go in, find the property, and then she'll do like you just said. She will put an offer of $60,000 in this, and if they say yeah to the $60,000, then she gonna call me like, look, I got this under contract for $60,000. Go see what we can get the rehab done for. Boom, I go over there and see what the rehab is done for. Actually, she do that too. Before she even called me again, she gonna go over there and look, and she gonna guesstimate the rehab. You know what I'm saying? She gonna guesstimate the rehab. Then if she feel like it's a deal, then that's when she gonna call me. All right, look, this is the number that we got it under contract for this amount. Here's the ARV, which I go off of her ARV. Even sometimes when I'm scared, I trust her ARV, and then I just go over there and confirm the rehab costs.
Right, but how did she get her ARV?
She go back. My point is, y'all missing the point. The point that I was making is I'm not spending all that time looking for deals. Deals ain't that hard to find. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly, but
I'm not spending all the time y'all spending looking for deals. Like Janita look for deals all day.
Right, but here's
I wake up to deals. I don't look for deals.
Lies.
All these deals ready to post. I got every single one of these deals in my inbox.
So here's the thing I want our audience to know, right, and understand. Whatever system you have that works, use it, right? Yes. We just mentioned, me and Janita kind of use the same approach. Shaka has an approach. But Janita finds most of y'all deals not because she just walked away from them. She went to them and said, hey, these are the numbers that work for me, and she negotiated based on that. Mm-hmm. I'm the same way. Shaka is like, the numbers don't work from what I see. Ain't no need to waste more time on it, right? Yep. But Janita's going to dig more into it and put the number out there that makes sense, because you might end up getting a deal. So you have to decide as an investor which approach you want to take. I pass up some deals that I didn't think was going to work. Somebody else went and made it happen.
For sure.
Right? But I have to stay within my boundaries of what makes sense for me. There's a lot of good deals out there. They're just not good for everybody.
And time is money. And I don't have time to be looking at no deal that don't make
sense. He could go. Get him a shirt that say I don't have time.
But see, that's another thing I tell you too. Find you a partner or somebody that has the time. Yes. Because, like, for example, on this deal, maybe they wanted 102 and you was like, nah, this some BS. I don't even want to deal with it because of what I see on the surface, right? Yep. Janita go back and be like, yeah, 102 ain't working, homeboy. Let's get it at 70 and stay on top of it 3 months later when the person ain't sold the house, because everybody else is telling them 72. Janita's still there and getting the house at 70. Now Shaka over there working on it, right? So there
that has happened.
Yeah, it happened all the time, I know.
But you know what else has happened? Janita would be like, "Hey, I got this project under contract," and I go over there and I say, "Hell no, nah, that happened."
That never happened. We don't have one contract that we did not close.
Lies. We got a bunch of them that we didn't close on.
All right. So before y'all get into y'all set, hold on 1 second. Let's go back and analyze this deal that Shaka didn't want to do. So let's go back.
No, that happens where I may say I want to do this deal, and then we never put an offer in because he's dragging his feet, or I just don't feel like doing any more work on it, waiting on him. But we have all of our contracts are closed.
So these are the comps they're showing, right? So I want y'all to keep this in mind too. Maurice is cracking up at y'all. I don't know if he laughing. I don't know if he laughing with y'all or at y'all, but
right, he might be laughing at us.
Yeah. So, man, I go through this. I feel like a referee. So look. So here's the comps. One thing I want to tell investors. I don't care if it's a wholesaler or a realtor. When we pull comps or wholesalers pull comps, people can send you what they want to send you, right? It's your job to do a little bit more investigation and say, does this make sense? Do I know the areas? Ask for a second opinion. So, and that's why we're doing the show too. So we got comps here. The comps kind of support what they're telling us is the value 200 to 210. Their comps is saying 174 to 240, average 207, which may be right? So we look at the property here. Looks like it was just an old, outdated property. You can tell somebody has some type of hardship there. Maybe an older person lit by the carpet, probably was somebody older that just, or somebody, that just had the house for a long time and didn't do any updates or anything like that. Looks like it was a little bit of roof damage here. Up there. I don't really care too much for the design and the layout of the house. That's something else we got to factor in. Will the market support? I don't care what you do to the property. Will the market support this style of home?
That's why Emmett said open it up.
Yeah. And that's what going to cost you more money, right?
Yeah.
All right. Emmett also said on that the Fenton guy, the Gallus guys on Fenton deal usually overpriced and bold comps too. All right. Emmett's trying to start some beef. He's set tripping over the comps. All right. Why's the chain here? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. They got a chain holding the pipe up. That's smart. Right next to the electrical box, you got a metal chain holding the water pipe.
Right.
All right. So let's see here. Just an older, outdated home. Nothing special about it. I just don't like the style, but if the numbers make sense, I don't really gotta like it. The buyer do. You got a nice sized yard.
Yeah, it's a bunch of houses over there that look like that.
Yeah,
really buying them over there like that.
And here's the thing: if somebody brought it once, somebody would buy it twice. So I ain't really tripping on that.
Like people walk into them houses and be like, "Oh, we have a closed-in porch."
Right. So you got to definitely gut this kitchen. Really got to gut everything and redo it. All right, and that was kind of back to the beginning. All right, so we see what the house is and what it needs, right? So let's go to.
So you see all this? This is the point I'm making right now. See all this extra time we spending, and we already know what the answer to this is? We already know the answer to this.
All right, it's a no, right?
Yeah. Why are we looking at anything else? You get what I'm saying? That's my point.
At 40,000, is it a no?
It's a maybe at 40. I would go look at it then. I would be doing what you're doing right now at the 40,000, but I'm not doing this at the 100,000 that they asking. I'm not doing any of this.
So you just one of the people, you just don't like negotiating.
No, I just don't. So you got to be reasonable. So how often and I'm not saying that it doesn't occur. Like you said, you're gonna leave some deal. You can't get all the deals. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be trying to. They had 100,000. I needed at 40. I don't have time. I'm not about to sit there and waste.
But y'all need to get the deals though.
Huh?
Because you don't have time, Red. Just leave him alone.
All right. Like I don't have time to be working on houses. I ain't going over there.
Facts.
I don't have time to be here right now.
Me to go over there, I'll be like, I don't want to work on a house, man. I gotta go find some more deals.
Right.
These comps are all over the place.
Yeah.
Like it's just crazy. Hold on, let me go to the summary. See, that's what I was looking for. And let me put in. I put residential, no condos. Yeah, these comps are all over the place, but none of them houses look like that one.
Go back to your criteria. What you put in there?
I just put it within a quarter mile of the subject.
But you got it. So go back to 180 days.
180 days, Reg.
Yeah, it was only 13 comps, so I figured we'd be good for sold, pending, and active. But I mean, it's just even less comps now. But none of these houses look like that.
Yeah, they're not old enough. They're not the same style. Like, these are.
Yeah, you kind of get.
Well, something is wrong.
Well, it ain't the fact that it's wrong. I mean, it's just an older house and everything else was built.
Well, do the street view because that would be interesting too.
Yep, I do that too. So what I'm saying is, I wouldn't do this.
Why is it so?
I agree with Shaka on this one. Like this house don't interest. I'm not interested in this house, right?
Yeah.
I don't like nothing about it, so I wouldn't have wasted a lot of time on it. But the purpose of the show is to show people how to properly evaluate properties, right? So, and this is part of the process if you got time, right, Shaka?
Well,
so you can make time when the deal is in
okay. So I was just wanting to see
that already, Emmett.
The other houses that's near it look like it, but it's on the main road. Yeah, when that came to my inbox, I opened that photo and closed it right away.
Yeah, and then even on the main street, it's not enough consistency because buyers gonna probably be looking at something a little bit more modern. You can do some stuff to this house, but then it's like you got this type of stuff on the block. So it's like you really gotta make this house stand out.
So what would this be? Something that people probably don't realize. When you buy houses on the main road, there's a pretty hefty deduction if it's in a certain over 30 miles per hour or something like that, or over 25 miles per hour.
Yeah, y'all had that issue on Evergreen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on Evergreen. Both of my houses that I've been living in are on main roads. I sold one down on Wick as a flip. So I've done several main road properties, but you gotta consider that when you're doing your value, if they're going to do a reduction for it being on a main road. And you said Evergreen, they did a $10,000 deduction.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was only one appraiser. Remember, the other appraiser didn't do that.
Did you look at the other one?
Yeah.
He didn't reduce it at all for the mile road?
2,500.
Yeah, so that's so like on one of my properties, it was like 3,000. But it's still you still want to consider that if you're gonna flip on the main road, throw something in there for a deduction. Like take a little bit back off of that ARV a little bit.
Unless you're on auto drive.
Right. Yeah. Emmett, go look up and further in the comments. Marlon put a Section 8 inspector up there.
All right. Who Emmett asked for a Section 8 inspector referral?
Yeah, he put the name up further up in the comments somewhere.
All right.
Trish.
All right, so we're gonna do the shock on this one. It ain't even worth looking further into, unless somebody out there in YouTube land or Facebook land wants this deal. Y'all can evaluate it. I'm saying a no-go on it. I just don't like the property overall, the amount of money that got to go into it and the price, it just don't make sense for me. What's your thoughts, Janita?
No.
No. What about? Well, we already know what Shaka said.
You don't have time.
Yeah, he don't have time.
It was no.
It was no before we started. Your middle name gonna be No. We gonna call you Shaka No Williams.
No Shaka No Nonsense Williams.
No, just no.
Even if it makes sense, you gonna put no in front of it. That's
I got to prove that. You got to show me one that made sense that I said no to.
All right, hold on. Marlon sent this over. We gonna do Marlon's property, and we gonna wrap it up. Don't be sending me no virus, Marlon. Send me a squatter on my computer. All right. Which one is this? He ain't sent no address. Hold on. This Woodingham?
Yeah, 18001.
No. What's the price on it?
They want 105.
They want 105 for it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me pull this up so our audience can see this monstrosity. So this is Woodingham. It seemed like when they was building this, they got confused as they was building it.
That's because you ain't looking at the front. It's got that Tudor front style.
That's the side.
Yeah, that was the side view, that picture.
And this 105?
Yep.
That's got to get torn down.
I like the front of it. The garage gonna get torn down. You gonna rebuild it, put a new one up?
Nah.
I don't know. Let's find out what we're gonna do. Let's go look at the comps and I'll tell you.
Oh, they was Goodwill hunting over there, boy.
Yeah, you can't really see for all the clothes and stuff everywhere, but
I didn't been over a lot of houses with clothes, and when we was a kid, we just pile up on them. And just run over them like mountains. The good thing about some of these houses, when you get them like this, you look like
the roof is good on that house. At least on the side that I can see.
Only on the pictures, yeah.
I've been to the house.
Oh, you said the roof looked good to you?
Yeah. Basement is finished.
Did this basement flood before?
Huh?
Did this basement, was it mildewy? Did it flood before?
No, it wasn't mildewy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the good thing is, you gotta gut it, but it's gutted. Oh, he sent comps.
You're gonna go over there and you're gonna gut those bathrooms and those kitchens, and probably not a lot of that plaster. No, Shaka, he gonna go over there and spray all that.
All right, so he did put the address in there. How many square feet is this house?
Good question. Like 2,800 probably? Or is it that big? I don't know. I'm lying.
I think you said it was big like that. It's on the
So y'all 105. Y'all got put how much in it? 80, 65
for the rehab?
Yeah.
I would say
how much?
65. You think it's more?
Let's go look at the comps. Let's go look at the comps. The sold, Brett. Stick with the sold first.
All right. So the reason why you say look at the comps before you give me an estimate on what you're gonna put into it.
Because I'm trying to see.
Sorry.
Because I'm trying to see what I got to repair it up to, like what I have to bring the house up to look like.
Exactly.
Like you have to do new windows if none of the other souls got new windows.
Because it's about 40 windows in there.
Yeah,
that's why
they don't got a new bathroom, then we don't got to do a new bathroom.
That's why I asked the question, because a lot of investors will go in and just be like, oh, I just got to go in and rehab it. Like, rehab it to what? Because you can over improve a property for the area, right? When you look at your comps, if they only say 200 to 215 and you over improve it, and you think you're gonna put your house on the market for 275, I got investors now to be like, well, I got to get this because I put all this into it. Well, the market don't care about that. The market care about what the home value is, not what you put into it. And I mean that to say they care about what you put into it, but they don't care that you overspent on what you put into it.
Yeah, right? They ain't about to give you your money back.
Exactly. They're gonna give you what the market value is.
Yeah.
So
people
just
like,
because you put Dayton's on that escort, ain't nobody giving you 15,000 more for it. You still gonna get market value for the car, not the little bells and whistles. So let's start Santa Barbara. You said, wait, what was the square footage on yours?
I said I don't know. I told a bunch of lies because I had no idea.
Well, we about to find out. Today is no nonsense Monday, according to Shaka.
Facts.
How many bedrooms is this?
4.
18. Did I spell Wooden here wrong? What I put? Oh, it's 18001. All right, we got 1895 as the square footage. All right, so we only want the comps that's similar. Let's do this real quick. So let's just do 1,400 to 2,200. All right, we're going with solves only. So you had 273 on the high end, 4-bedroom. Let's see what that looked like. And y'all getting this for 105?
Yeah.
Yeah, at 105, I'm gonna say yes, just based on the comps. And you think y'all gonna put about 65 into it?
We're about to see. Let me see what they got right here in this.
There you go, right there.
They got a nice bathroom.
That's the original tub.
Yeah.
This is a smaller house.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if these windows. No,
them not new. Them not brand new. They're buying them, but they're not brand new.
They look like wood windows over there. So wait, some
that looks like one of our flips.
No, that looks like our granite and the white cabinets. That's it.
That's what I'm talking about. The white cabinets. Dog, it is not that technical.
Yeah, this is nice. This one sold for 273 back in May, and it was 2,100 square feet. Y'all's is 1,895, but
that was 2,100.
Yeah, I told him I think 245.
This really y'all count right here. So this 1,800 square feet.
240
sold at 239, and this is what it looked like. Yeah, this y'all count right here.
You ain't getting there in 40. And how much? $60,000.
No, y'all gonna be, but it's still room. What you say, 80?
You just said 240.
A better house. That house on Woodingham is a way better house.
So how much more you think the comp? So it's a better house.
You gonna need that garage.
You only have a quarter of a mile.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a house a more similar. This one is probably more similar.
Kind of. Yeah, and it's up the block too.
Kind of, but
168.
You saying y'all 168 all in?
That's the most at 240. At the 240 ARV, we can only be 168 all in.
Why you think you gotta tear the garage down? I didn't see.
Because the brick is
it shifted.
Well, it's caving, it's falling, it's more than shifted. It's and the brick is coming apart.
Yeah, I like this kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all.
Okay, so y'all see this. So now let's talk. Now, so we saying 240. Do we agree on 240 for the ARV, or you think it's higher, Johnny?
I'm safe at 245.
Okay, 245. What about you, Reggie?
I'm saying 235 to 240.
I'm gonna keep the 245 with Janita.
That's what the y'all make having the garage.
With the
Though.
garage, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the 70% on the 240. That put us at 171. So we're about 170. We buying it for how much?
105.
105. That leaves us with $66,500 to do the rehab and holding. Are we going to be able to rehab and hold that for 66.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, shocker prices.
Yeah,
Shocker prices to shocker, but yeah, y'all gonna be over that. If I was hiring Shaka, or if I was hiring Marcus or anybody, you're gonna be over that to make it look like them other houses.
So do you so Marlon, I hope you listening. So that give us 66.5 is what we have to work with. And y'all so hold on. So is this a deal or no deal, Reggie?
Right now, the way the numbers stand, I would. What is your estimate in rehab? Your true estimate in rehab?
I haven't even been inside the house. I haven't even been over there, but because I just did what I told y'all, that everything that y'all just did right there, I haven't done none of that because I just went off of the basic numbers. So it's an 1,800 square foot house that we got to. Do you feel like we got to fully remodel that house?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so
I would say if I can get in there 105 between 60 and 70, I would still do that deal right now.
So do you think that you can get in there between 65 and 70?
I don't know until you give me my bid.
you gotta so Janita.
Yeah, I think so. I did one on San Juan for 68,000.
What'd you do for 68,000?
Everything. I didn't have to do the roof. I did the garage roof, and I didn't do new windows. But I did flooring. I did new kitchen. It was 2.5 baths. That was updated. I didn't have to bust out any walls though. I had the only wall repair I had to do was around the fireplace where the chimney was messed up at. The flashing had went bad.
So Marlon's saying they need $80,000 worth of work. So if it need $80,000 worth of work, and we get it at 105,
where's he getting 80,000 from?
But it don't matter. I'm just asking the question. If the house if we get it at 105 and it need $80,000 worth of work, is this a deal? Yes or no?
No, I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't. I'm gonna say no with 80 because then you got to factor in your holding costs and you got to factor in any miscellaneous items that come up. You will be at 200,000 easily, and now you selling it at 235. I don't like that.
So
sell it.
So y'all hear, this is why I don't do all that y'all just did, because the numbers are you can't argue the numbers, right? Period.
Yeah, you can argue with the seller and go back and be like, I did my inspection. I want to get the deal for 75.
Yeah, okay. But she said that we get it under contract for 105. So if she came back to me and said that we got it under contract for 75, then maybe I would be saying something a little bit different. But we got it under contract for 105. We just said that the comps is 240. We hope, right? And we said 80,000 in the deal. So this for me is no deal. Yeah, and I didn't have to go through all that stuff y'all just did to figure it out. The numbers is simple. But
yeah, you still gotta analyze the deal though.
No, but I'm just saying you can analyze. I hear you for people that are novice. So somebody that's looking more into it. Now listen, this is a deal that for me I would say no to. I already said no, but Janita's still gonna go after the deal, and she's gonna try to get it at whatever number it is. But once she has it locked in, then I got to go inside. Once I go inside of there, and I really see what's going on in there.
So Go ahead.
It's really gonna be gone. You get what I'm saying? So, and we're being safe. So every number we're saying is on the rehab. Even if y'all saying 80,000, that's leaving you no room for no error. Everything has to go right.
I didn't say 80,000, but
okay. Hold on 1 second. So I guess I get what you're saying. I look at a lot of deals that come across, and I'm like, the number's too close. I don't want to bother with it. I get that. I do that, right? But there's properties like this where maybe I made the offer subject to a private inspection, whatever contingencies I have. I come back and I say, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, I need to negotiate this deal at a number that works for me. So, for example, 75,000, right? All they're gonna do is say yes or no. Mm-hmm. So you're basically saying you don't have time to negotiate. You just gonna overlook it, period.
No, I'm saying that, okay, if the man is at 105, somebody gonna buy this house at $105,000, whether it's a homeowner or it's an investor that's riskier than me. Somebody else is gonna buy it at 105. We just said we need to get it for 30. $30,000
less.
Yeah. Now Janita can put that offer in, but for me, as an investor, I'm not gonna. I don't have time. I'm like, no, I'm not going in there.
Right, but
$30,000 less.
That's the difference. Every investor is different, and that's the point I'm making. Like me, if I was. First of all, I probably wouldn't have offered 105, period, because I'm assuming worst case scenario based on the comps and everything and the estimated work anyway, right? Mm-hmm. So I probably would have went in maximum maybe 80, 85 on this property, right? Unless if the property was in better shape with some things, I probably would have went a little bit higher, but knowing that based on the other deals I've done in the area, you 60,000 and up, period, I probably wouldn't have paid no more than 80 or 85 for it.
So that's my point. So Janita came to me. She told me that this house we're getting it on the contract at 105.
Yeah, he's asking. That's what he's asking. You have no contract. He's asking that.
What?
There's no contract.
No, but when you told me how much it's going to cost for us to get it, you said 105. So off of the 105 number in the 240 ARV, I rode past the house, right? I rode past the house and I said, what? No deal. So, and whenever you got to do it, here's my other thing. I mean, this is how I feel too about, and people got to be real careful. So sometimes people will try to make the deal work. They be going looking for the comps that's a half a mile, knowing, but when there's other comps a quarter of the mile, they're going out half a mile, and they stay telling themselves, oh, it's not going, the rehab, they start skimping on the rehab. Oh, it ain't going to be 80. I'm going to be able to do it at 60, trying to make the deal work. And so I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that because that's somebody thinking emotionally. I'm thinking very logically every single time I'm doing the flip.
Right. So I agree with
you because it was Bagley. Yeah, but it's not just because it's Bagley. It's the opportunities that Bagley present, and it's being in the area where people want to buy at. It's a high valued area.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Shaka, right? So I don't try to force a deal. I try to negotiate the deal that makes sense for me. So like Jaja may go back and renegotiate the price on this deal based on your bid, right? Your contractor bid, your private inspection. If the numbers don't work, I'm not going back and forth. I'm just going to say, this is my number. Call me when you're ready to sell it. That makes sense? So, yeah, but I probably would have never offered. I would have started out with a lower price that would have been my best case scenario for me as an investor. I probably wouldn't have started out with 105.
So click on Marlon's.
There's not been an offer placed on the property.
Click on Marlon's. I got it, Janita. But click on Marlon's question. I mean, so I could explain something to him too. So he said that there are a lot of things an average investor would do and care about even a certain profit. Correct. That's why they be losing their ass. Yeah. So that's why we having this show, so that they don't do those things. So you get what I'm saying? We're doing the show to explain to people the average investor, or that's not the average investor. These are things that you can do so that you don't lose your ass. An experienced investor, Reggie, Janita, myself, honestly, could I go in that house and do and get it done and for less? I probably could. However, because I'm using my straight up my method, I'm not about to play with. I'm not about to try to force it.
Right.
And because when you start forcing deals, that's when you start losing money.
Yep. If it don't fit, don't force it. Relax and let it go.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that when I was a little toddler. on 98 JLB Strong Songs. All right, y'all. So we kind of wrapped it up here with Woodingham, and it's deal or no deal. I say it's a no deal at 105, but at 75, I like it. If you get that price, call me. I got 5 on it. I got the money Emmett sent us the cash out and a few more
70% of the ARV, Marlon. 70% of the ARV.
Yep. All in. All right. Make sure y'all share this with y'all people. Make sure y'all have y'all investor friends and family, anybody thinking about getting into investing, to watch this so they can see how people analyze deals. If you want to participate in the show, actually as an actual guest, just let us know. And that's it. What you got to say, Jaja and Shaka?
Reggie kept us up. Actually, Janita kept us up to 11 o'clock today.
No, that was the listeners, our viewers keeping us up.
I mean, I'm gonna be hooray! Say hooray for the bad guy. That's
hey, I'll be on here about 10 o'clock. I'll be like Shaka. I'll just scroll through, be like, nope. No deal.
Exactly. So, no, I think it was good. I still want Woodingham.
Somebody out there looking that address up. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They about to skip trace. They about to skip trace the seller and everything.
Right. They need to.
They can have it.
Hopefully, they got another contract.
Shaka said they can have it.
If it was a real deal, if it was a real deal, we wouldn't have done it. So I wouldn't even put it on here if we hadn't gotten under contract.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have.
Oh yeah. You would put it on after the fact, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. That's a wrap.
All right.
Yep.